All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Business Blueprints. We're on episode 35. We have Mike Sante with Flipping 412. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the invite.
Hey, man, I just wanted to say it. We talked a little bit beforehand, but obviously our prayers and everything goes out to Erica and her recovery and things of that nature. We've been following along and stuff, and obviously she's been a big part of what you guys have going on. I sat with you guys in my office, about a month or so ago, and got to learn what you guys got going on a little bit. So I just wanted to make sure that we, send our prayers out and everything to her, hopefully for a speedy recovery and you guys get back on track.
I appreciate it.
No doubt.
Appreciate it a lot.
So obviously what kind of triggered everything is we've known each other for a while and everything, and you put out that last post, so people just blowing you up, wanting some one-on-one time. You get a lot of coffee, lunches, this, that. I get the same shit.
Yeah.
So we can't do it.
No.
There's just not enough time in the day to be able to do certain things like that, So I thought this might be a good opportunity to kind of air out some things of hey, this will go on your platform, this will go on my platform, of what are the big questions you're getting, man? What do people want to know when they actually sit down with you? Because here's the thing. If you're going to get our time, there has to be a value to value.
For sure.
Right? So
Absolutely.
There's always the takers, there's the lurkers, and this. But again, there's always a question that comes up. What is your number one, or maybe even top 3 questions that you hear that people want to know what?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, in every avenue of every venture I've gone down, it's been, how do I get started?
Yep.
Hey, let me pick your brain. Let me, I'm thinking about starting my own construction company. Let me talk to you about this. I'm thinking about flipping houses or getting into burrs. How do I get started?
Yep.
And as much as I appreciate that, I've wasted so much time, and I'm sure you have in the past too, of trying to help people. And it's hey, let me show you some things. And then you give them the answers to their questions, and then they don't do a fucking thing with it.
Sure.
So you get to the point where it's okay, my time is way more valuable than what it was when I was able to do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that anymore.
100%.
So
yeah, there's always that balance of hey, man, somebody helped us.
100%, absolutely.
Somebody helped us. Somebody said something to us. Somebody coached us. Somebody did something to us along the way. So I always try and take that into consideration as well. But what I tell people is when you're starting out, it's just being clear on what you want. Mm-hmm. I can't answer that for you.
Right.
I don't know whether you want to do rentals or to how many.
Right.
There's one rental and there's 2 million rentals.
Exactly.
It's a big different world.
For sure.
There's construction companies the same way. I have a buddy of mine that I'm jumping on a Zoom call with him tomorrow. He did some work with us as a subcontractor early on. He's stuck at the single solo, $300,000 a year, single guy, swings a hammer. And he's dude, I'm just kind of getting burned out. I'm cool. Tomorrow's call, you need to prep and say, hey, dude, what do you really want from this company?
Yep.
And then I'll help you build that. We'll work towards that.
Everybody has a different vision of what, I think of it like this. Everybody has a different idea of what success looks like. Some people see it as $1 in their bank account.
Yep.
I look at it as my freedom.
Yep.
Someone else might see it different. So without understanding what their goal is or what their vision is, there's really no way you can give them guidance. I can
100%.
give you basic information, but you can Google that same stuff.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing for me and the biggest frustration with questions like that is when I do decide to help somebody and they don't take anything I say to and apply it to anything. And it's why did I just sit down and waste an hour having coffee with you?
Yeah.
And
I didn't need
nothing.
The coffee.
Right. Right. And I tell people that all the time, let's grab lunch. I don't eat lunch most of the days.
I don't either.
Anyways, I just don't have time for it. I'm always going. So it's,
Yeah, it's the give and take of like I said, it's the people that genuinely want real help. It's tough. And that's why coaching's successful for a lot of guys because they charge for it and then they know you're not going to do shit with it.
Right.
And that's the same thing with a lot of people. They're I'm going to share my secret and they're going to take it. Nah, most people won't. Even if you give them the secret.
For sure.
The real secret is just understand what you love and like and stay consistent and look back 10 years later and realize, oh shit, I fucking did something.
That's it. That word right there, consistent, is what a lot of people lack. A lot of people be oh, I want to, they'll want to get started in investing or start a construction company or an entrepreneur in any facet whatsoever. And they don't get rich overnight. And they're oh, screw this. I got to try something else. And that's not the case. I didn't start out successful. You didn't start out successful. It was the consistent steps every day that got us to the point where we are now.
And a fuckload of mistakes.
100%.
A fuckload of losing money and mistakes.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
A fuckload of losing money and mistakes.
Yep.
You know, it's the same thing in every business. Like I went and I had my kid's birthday party this weekend, and I'm an OCD, very systematic guy. Like when I find something I like, I just stay with it. So I've had this caterer for the barbecue for the last 3 years where we live, and every year she complains about everything. So again, I show up year 3, but the food's great. She always hooks me the fuck up.
Yeah.
So I go back, you know. So she was complaining this and that, and then she started going on about, oh, we forgot when we were doing credit card processing that they were charging us a fee. We were assuming that fee. We weren't charging for that fee.
Right.
And she's like, it racked up to thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars before we even realized. I'm like, yeah, that's how we learn.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's how you fucking learn. That's how a system gets built. I was like, what'd you do? Oh, well, we did this. I'm like, yeah, that's called a system and a process.
Yep.
Like, that's how they. That's how
you figured out a problem.
It.
You figured out a way to fix it, and continuing forward.
There you go.
Better plan.
There you go. And for me, it's always the same stuff. Like that's why it's for you, and this will be my question to you. We'll kind of segue into some stuff. Did you start? And I've known you for a long time. Did you start a construction business first or investing first?
Construction. Yeah. So I've been in construction.
Because I've known you as construction first. Yeah. Yeah, at Artisan and all the other stuff. Mm-hmm. So, and the thing about the construction in real estate is they do really kind of go hand in hand with peanut butter and jelly.
Yep.
But you have to understand one or the other first.
Yeah. And
understanding construction first is easier than understanding real estate.
I was going to say, I'm a big advocate of people learning the construction side of any kind of real estate investing prior to getting into investing. Correct. Whether you do it as a contractor or not, but at least understand, again, back to those systems and processes. Mm-hmm. Like I've worked with so many newer investors over the years that don't understand that. And they're like, kind of cart before the horse kind of thing. Like, let's start painting here while we're demoing over here. Yeah. It's like, no.
A lot of guys do that.
No.
I was going to say, that's the number one.
Yeah. Like
order of construction's not understood.
Right. Like, I got to get this done so I can get my draw. Well, that's fine. You'll get your draw, but then you're going to screw yourself in the middle of this project. At some point, that's going to catch back up to you, and you're going to be spending too much time and too much money on a thing that should have been done a month ago.
And you're going backwards and re-tearing out what you already did to go back and do what you got to do next. Because the order of construction will always fuck you up.
Yeah.
So, again, you can't put windows in a house when you're in foundation. It just doesn't work. So there is a process.
100%. Yeah.
And I think a lot of
people... And you can't put the roof on before the foundation's done.
No, and it's very difficult because in flipping, there is a world of, I already have a house. Well, again, so what I've also seen with a lot of people too, and I was also a victim to this early on, is I would set a plan, I would then buy the house, and I'd change the whole fucking plan. So I'm like, wow, your plan didn't matter. So now we don't even know if your renovation budget even matters now because your plan's not the same. So don't know now. We're not looking at apples to apples. And then you're right. There's no clear attack on how trades go in. There's no clear attack on whether we should work from the basement up or should we work from the third floor down. Mm-hmm. But it's not about that. It's more about the order of, hey guys, you need to start any foundation structural work first. And then it goes into any rough framing, and then it goes into trades and your rough trades, and then it goes into drywall, and it goes into paint, and then it goes into trim, and then it goes into cabinets and flooring, then final trim. And there's a process to construction. Yes. It is an assembly line.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't get that. It becomes an efficiency factor. Again, you can't teach that. You have to lose a lot of money. You have to lose a lot of money to figure that out.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's two sides to that, right? Because there is a lot of gurus out there right now that are teaching the investment side that don't really understand the construction side. And they're like, oh, you can just do this and you can just do that without understanding that process. Yeah. And then they tell these people, and then they try to apply that to their program, and it just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work at all.
And that's when you see all these people, so and so burned me for $10,000 and this and that. It's because if you understood the construction process when you got started, you would have known that guy didn't know what the hell he was doing in the first place, and you wouldn't have got burnt.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I understood early on. Whenever I even saw when I worked at Urban and them early, I was like, dude, the contractors hold the keys.
Yep.
They hold all the cards. You can only even just with our trade partners, we're only able to go as big as our trade partners.
Yeah.
So if you don't understand the value and the depth to your bench and the quality that you have behind you, you're only going to get so far.
Yeah. So that's with anything.
Yeah. And I think the difficult part is people don't understand that like Pittsburgh is just like, it's a small market. Like we all kind of dive into the same, like new construction, we all like, we overlap to some degree, but like there's a difference between the customs and the productions. We overlap in foundation and some other areas like that, but like all in all, we don't overlap too much. But like in the flipping world, I mean, there's just the trades, there's endless amount of contractors that just don't know shit. And and that's the sad part about our market is there's so many people that get aired out, and there's so many people that do bad business, and there's so many people. Listen, mistakes happen in construction.
For sure.
I mean, we say it to our clients. Listen, you're probably going to have, in the first 30 days, you're going to have probably some issue in plumbing, electrical, or HVAC. Guaranteed. Yep. It's guaranteed. One of your faucets is going to leak. Something's going on. It's a major facet to a house. We test everything, but we don't test it like you live in it.
Right.
So, like, don't be shocked when there's something going on with your plumbing, your electrical, or your HVAC. Those are very typical. We'll be back in a day. We'll have it immediately somebody out to fix it. This is going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't live in the perfect world that a lot of people
I wish you did.
We do.
You know, you're building a house. Like, there's sewers that need ran. There's undergrounds. There's just a lot.
And there's so many variables, so many moving parts. You know, you're getting products from here, products from there. Like, you know.
You're going to have some issues, people.
Absolutely.
But, like, how you handle it is the big thing. And I think the construction game allows... There's a level of it in Pittsburgh because of the formalities. There's no license other than like a test. There's no test. Use $50. You're a contractor now.
Yeah, it's totally bogus.
So, which is crazy because we're the most blue taped, like ridiculous city in the world until it comes to getting a license.
Right.
And I'm like, you know, like we're in the middle of getting our license in Maryland and West Virginia, and it is way harder. Way harder.
Well, I mean, look at Florida. Like you actually have to study and take a test. Yeah. You know, and I think that would definitely solve a lot of problems around here. I mean,
because the barrier of entry is zero. You're gonna have a lot of turds,
right?
You know, like anyone can come up with $50.
Yeah,
you know,
and it's $50 that does nothing.
Does nothing.
I bought a ticket.
Yeah, we got our city license. We got our city license again. I was done in the city of Pittsburgh, and then we have one on the Green Tree. I'm like, you fucker, in city. Shit, I did not want to do city license again or any of that shit, and. You know, but we got it for that. But what made you, as you grew your construction company, so you specialized in decks for a long time.
Yeah. I did
that was like your main beginning gig of like you did decks for a long time, super custom, full blown decks. You did that for a while. And then what was the transition after that?
So like I originally got started doing like log homes.
Yep.
I was a subcontractor for a log home company, and then I got burnt doing that. And I was like,
By the GC.
Yep. And I was like, okay, I need to do all this in house. Like I'm no longer going to sub off of people. I actually got into doing some decks for Ryan Homes and VR.
Yep.
I was doing all their production decks, and I was like, this ain't my gig. You know what I mean? There was nothing satisfying.
Because they don't even do decks anymore.
No, it was like today's decks or something back in the day. It was. And that wasn't satisfying. So then I did a couple in like Bethel Park area and stuff, and it just grew from there. And we just we kind of blew up organically. It wasn't like my focus, but I was like, all right, cool. We can bang these out. We can put
take this and run with it for a little bit.
Yeah. And that's what we did. And that was cool. But then kind of the same thing. Like I got burnt out doing that. You know, like people would see these big crazy decks that we were building, but to me it was the same thing. Yep. Like it was the same, you know, barrel vaulted mahogany ceiling. It was the same stonework. It was the same fireplaces. Like they were all different houses. They were all different designs. But to me it wasn't exciting anymore. Then I started doing some projects for some of the local investors in the area, and I got to see that side of it, and I was like, man, I'm on the wrong side of the fence here. Like I know how to do all this stuff that they don't know how to do. If I can learn the back end of how to buy these houses and what I'm looking for and how to turn these over, then like I have an advantage that most people don't. So that was kind of the light bulb moment.
So, and also too, I think it comes down to a level of like passion with it. So like, did that situation resonate heavier with you than just like doing, cause like, here's the thing, I love construction, but I don't like remodeling. Like we did remodeling for 5 years and I didn't like or love remodeling. Like I love new construction.
Yeah.
I don't love residential remodeling. So like was that kind of the same thing for you of like, with decks and stuff. Like you liked it. It was okay.
No, I really enjoyed it for a long time. But again, it just got redundant. It was the same thing over and over again. So like at the beginning, I was like, wow, this is cool. Like look at the product we're putting out. And I was always proud of it, but it got to the point again where like you can only design $150,000, $200,000 deck so many times before it's the same shit. You know, like oh cool, we're putting a fireplace in the middle of the deck. Did that before. You know, like you get to a point where it's cool, but it's the same shit. I think what really clicked for me was watching what people were doing on the investment side and realizing that like if I don't do something different, the day I put these tools down is the day I stop making money. Sure. So as a self-employed entrepreneur, I mean, I've never had a W-2 job ever in my life. So I've always been self-employed in some capacity. So I don't really have a retirement fund. I have you know what I've saved up. And that you know as well as I do, like you start burning through money, like it's that savings ain't you know
it's going to be depleted at some point
for sure. So it just again, light bulb moment was I need to do something that's going to continue this on into the future without me having to work every day for it. Like
so what were the first steps? So you had the lessons of the tool belt. So how did you get into the door of the investing world? Obviously, you had the plugs with some of the people that we all kind of know. Sure. We all kind of know the same people. We all kind of know the same demographic. Did you go the wholesaler route? Did you go? Because you like to stay in that Crafton area.
Yeah, I stay on the west. Yeah.
So you know that area. That was always like rule of thumb. Me too. I like to invest where I know.
Yeah, and I recommend that to anybody that's getting into it. Like, do it in your backyard before you do it anywhere else. But yeah, I mean, like you said, we kind of know all the same people. I did a few projects for Ryan and Arch, and that was kind of like my into like seeing it. We did some projects for like Bryan Snyder and those guys, and it was just once you got to be able to see that side of the game, that's when I was like, all right, I need to go this way. You know.
So what were the steps, like when you bought your first houses or you decided to start buying houses, did you fire up marketing like everybody tells you to do? Did you kind of start networking a little bit?
Networking, man. I can't advocate for that enough. I mean, networking is going to be the biggest thing in any business. What actually, you brought up wholesaling. My first deal was a wholesale deal. But it was
you wholesaled it.
Yeah.
I got you.
But it was by accident. So I got a call from a family friend. It was like, hey, my dad just passed away. We're thinking about moving into his house. Can you come by and give us an estimate on an addition? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I come look at this little house in Kennedy Township. But he wanted to move his whole family, and it was like a little 2-bedroom. He wanted to make it a 4-bedroom, kind of like double the size of it, right? I think at the time, this was probably, 10 years ago or so. I gave him a quote for the addition. It was like 160, 180 grand. And he was like, whoa, I didn't think it was going to be that much. I'm like, well,
like 400 grand a day.
Yeah. Right. Right. And I was like, well, why don't you think about maybe selling me this house? Yeah. And he was like, well, how much would you give us? And I made him an offer, and I knew someone that was looking for that exact house in Kennedy. And I called him up and was like, hey, I threw $5,000 on it and was like, I got a lead. Yeah, let's get it done. And that was it. Again, by accident. I wasn't marketing to be a wholesaler or anything, but that gave me that first initial taste of the investment side. Right?
Got your first kill.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah, it's interesting whenever people get their first takedown on like how they handle it in regards to like, okay, do you stay on that path? Do you start to look more into this? That type of thing. I think there's an important piece in there, what you said though. I say this to my sales guys because my office sits like directly down the hallway, so I hear their phone calls. And I'm not directly listening to them most of the day because I got my own shit going on, but like I'll just tune into conversations. Yeah. And I'll be like, dude, why did you not follow up with a question of like, this person called in, or they were asking if that lot was for sale. Okay, well, are you looking to build? Are you trying, like every opportunity is an opportunity to turn into money.
For sure.
And I'm like, why did you leave it surface level and say, oh, well, that lot's sold?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you ask them, are you looking to build in that area? How long have you been thinking about building? Do you want like turn it into a sale, man? Right. Like you said, okay, the addition didn't work, but like, let's talk about how I can help your problem.
Yeah. And that's exactly it, man. I look at everything like, here's a problem, what's the solution? Right. And that's our business model too with Flipping 412. Like with my construction side of things and with Erica's retail side of things, like we look at every deal that comes our way. Like, is this a wholesale deal? Is this something that, you know, maybe we can work with the client on and take on part of the rehab? Is this something we're going to buy and hold for ourselves? Is this a flip? Or is this something that she can do in retail? Like, whatever comes in, like, let's look at this and dissect it. Like, what is the best way to handle this? Yeah. Right? Like, what's the problem and what's the solution? And being able to have that deep bench, like you say, gives us a lot of ability to have different solutions to different problems.
Yeah, I think, you know, again, there's a lot of people that get into this and they're just like, oh, that doesn't fit. Okay, move on. Like, guys, like, we have 600 leads here. Like, there's something in here. You know? And I always say, like, you know, even with people, you know, we had a call, we had our sales meeting this morning, and our younger sales guy we're training, he was like, oh, this lady's working with a builder. I was like, who? Oh, I didn't ask. I'm like, why? Why didn't you ask? I'm like, God. I'm like, Kevin, I keep telling you, like, you know, again, like, great kid, training him. I'm like, you got to dig deeper, bud. You got to scratch through the surface. You know what I mean? And we hired him on as, like, he wanted to come on as like a salesperson, but he's young, he's 27. And I was like, how about you come on as our sales concierge? Like, you're like the point of contact and flow from sales all the way through construction. Sure. One point of contact, one person talking to the client. Cool. I'm like, but here's the things I am going to teach you. Like, every time you talk to somebody is an opportunity to figure out more. Yes. Oh, they contacted us, but now they're working with a builder. Well, who? Okay, well, hey, lady, that's great. You're working with this builder. Hey, what about that builder made you go with them? Right. That's what separates.
You don't know what you don't know.
You have no idea. Yeah. Like, what was their thought going through this? Oh, well, you know, they were running a promotional this month, And we know, like, most of the builder promotionals are bullshit. Yeah. It just says in their packet, like, oh, May special, $15,000 off. Like, okay.
And even if you can't convert them, like, that's good data internally.
No doubt.
Right? Like, I mean, we're the same way. You know, we've had some kind of slimy wholesalers take deals from us, and it's part of it, right? They offer $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 more than what we're willing to offer, but we're the end buyer. And they'll lock up a deal just making some egregious offer that might not be true.
Oh, talk you down.
Right. And then once you get to the closing table, it's like, oh, you're back to where we were or less, but now you're tied into it, right?
Yeah, 2 months later.
And I'm sure there's builders out there that are the same way. That'll promise you the world, and then at the end of the day, like, that's not what you get.
Yeah, it's just, you know, everybody offers a different perspective of the game. So, like, it's, how are you conveying and showing that, like, hey, this is what we offer. You know, we can help you with this, and this. Again, if it aligns, it aligns. You know, like, not every client is a good client.
No, for sure. You don't want every client.
No. And for the most part, I mean, again, like, I'm sure the same's with you, and even when it was Artisan and when it's Flipping 412, because when you build brand, you're building an expectation now. Yep. So, like, oh, well, this house came from Flipping 412. It's got to be good quality. Right. Like, because real estate agents, all they do is talk. Yep. Erica's also a real estate agent. Like, I'm a real estate agent, but we're two different real estate agents. I don't do shit. Like, she's an actual real estate agent. Me, I'm like, friends and family type deal. Like, hey, I'll help you out if you need me. I'm not marketing myself as that. So, you know, and it's a small community. Like, we all know a lot of the top agents. We all know a lot of the people in the top segments who do this, who do that. So, like, when people just want to be like the LLCs of, like, KL 32nd Street, like, cool. But when it's Flipping 412, LLC 7, or like, there's an expectation now.
For sure.
It's the same as Hemlock now. Like, you have to deliver more than the production guys. Yeah. You got to deliver higher than the other guy, because you've built a brand
and a reputation. Yeah. That you have
to. What comes with it.
Right. And that's where, like, it comes down to, like, we don't have to try as hard as some of these other guys, because we do have that brand recognition and the reputation that follows it. So, like, we're doing a lot of stuff in McKees Rocks right now, which, you know, some people are a little bit scared of, but, like, what we're doing there is kind of changing the market. Yeah. Other guys have done it in other areas, you know. So we're basically taking a model that works somewhere else and doing it here. But, like, we've built that reputation that we're putting out a really good product at a really good price point, which is, like, kind of unheard of. So when we put our name on it, just like you said, it carries out that extra little bit of weight that, you know, there's that expectation there.
That weight matters more than what people think it does.
For sure.
Yeah. Like, it may not be like this ground-shattering, earth-breaking movement, but, like, it matters.
Yeah, but it goes back to the consistency.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, people know that it's a good, decent product, because here's the reality. Like, the market was over flooded with flips since fucking 2016. Like, everybody tries to do it now. Every mom, pop, dad, uncle, fucking mailman's laid off. Like, they're a fucking flipper now, or you're a landscaper. Pick one or the other.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like, you either pick up a hammer or you pick up a lawnmower. That's the two easiest tools. So I think now it's really that separation in the way that, those guys did it. There was guys did it in Highland Park years ago, that built good brand down there, doing big flips. Home Buyers of Pittsburgh did a good job of it, doing stuff years ago, Dustin, all those guys, everybody's you built brand now. Like, you have to build brand inside the game. It can't just be this little thing anymore, because you're going to get crushed by bigger brands. Like, that's just the reality of it. Like, brand matters just as much as the product.
Yep.
Because here's the thing, just like you said, Ryan Homes earlier, like, yeah, they're labeled as not that great of a builder, but here's the reality. You get a good PM, you're going to get a good house.
Yeah.
Like, it's the unfortunate luck of the draw that they build 36,000 houses a year. So you need a lot of PMs. Not all of them are that great. Right. Like, that's just the reality of the labor pool too.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, again, like, when it looks at like what you really want in life, like, I don't want that. Like, we just came back from win rate the other day. Like, we have 12 and a half clients a year, dude. That's all I have. I have 12 and a half clients a year, an $800,000 average. That gives us $10 million in revenue. Like, I need 18 and a half clients a year to go where I want to go next. Like, it's not, like, you think about it, how many flips do you do a year?
We're average 12 to 15.
That's what I mean. So, like, then it comes down to the next question. Like, all right, so you're one a month, so I'm basically the same thing. What do you want with that? We've talked about some growth with you guys and some other stuff.
I'd like to grow a little bit, but not anything crazy. I mean, you hear all these guys talk about doing, 100 flips a year. Like, that's insane to me. And you can't do that without a super deep bench. Then you have all these other problems and all this other responsibility. And like, for me, like, that's cool, and not throwing any shade on those guys, but that's not something I want. No. I don't want all that extra problems and responsibilities. I want to just I want to build a lifestyle where like I'm super comfortable and I can wake up every day and do whatever the fuck I want. That's it. I don't need to have, some crazy numbers on the board. Like, we're doing 200 flips a year. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't do it for me.
There's a fine line in the real estate and construction world with ego. You know, it's a big thing, because there is like real estate agents in general, like, I love them to death, but like, hey, we did 45 million this year. I'm like, listen, if I was a client, I wouldn't even, like, that doesn't impress me. That means I'm like just a number. I'm a statistic. I'm one of your 45 million.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Like, I don't know. It's the same thing whenever people are like, I did 50 million this year. I'm like, yeah, 50 million at what margin? 2%? Like, I'd rather do 20 million at 35.
100%.
Like, I learned that early on from my dad, and, like, business only goes two ways. It's volume based or it's high margin based. That's it. Like, there's no in between. You either are going to do a lot of volume at a 10% margin, or you're going to do minimal volume with a 35 or 20%, mostly 25 to 30% net.
Yep.
Like, which one do you prefer? Construction, I don't think, and I've looked at it both ways from like a big construction standpoint, it's the depth becomes a problem. Like, we're in construction, dude. We have a labor problem. We've always had a labor problem.
For sure. And it's getting worse.
Yeah, because we're getting crushed with ice right now and all the other stuff. And I mean, we just had I'm sure you've seen it on the news. Other people did. They had a big bust in Ambridge with all them dudes. Like, they found like a whole town full of.
Well, you take that, and you take the fact that, like, maybe 50% of kids coming out of high school like want to be in trades
ish.
Yeah,
50%
of what used to be.
Yeah,
50-ish. Now 80% of them are going to college, and then we're getting this small margin that of the ones that don't fuck off want to get into trades. But then with them, they want to start making $100,000 a year out of high school.
That's the problem. is it's a golden era for these kids in construction if they would ever stay with it. But the problem is they have unrealistic expectations of what it really
of today.
Yes.
But if they would stick with it for even 5 years,
you'll make
a fucking stupid amount of money.
I tell people that all the time. Like, listen, I'm in construction for sure because listen, a lot of us that have fucked our lives up at some point end up somewhere in this fucking trade. That's just the reality of it. Yeah. And you can make some real money in here, but you're gonna work your fucking ass off. You're going to earn every penny that comes across your desk. Now, listen, you might get a couple layups a year, might hit a quick, nice wholesale on some shit, but then you're going to have some flips that beat you into the fucking ground.
Yep.
Like, you're going to have some awesome new construction clients, and you got a couple clients that are going to beat your ass. That's just the way it goes. Yep. Like, you know, I love all of our clients. Like I said, I could probably name on one hand of like ones I'd never want to talk to again. And that's pretty good. You know, of course, I have almost 80 houses but man, like we're in a round right now with some very particular people. But the way I say it to the team is I was like, this is a great learning experience for us because every time that something comes up, they point out a new system. They point out a new process. They point out a flaw inside of our bench. They point out something that we can fix.
Right.
That's all in how you look at it.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, all we are is problem solvers. I mean, when it comes down to that's it. Yep. Like, what's the problem? What's the solution? Like, put those two together.
Totally. Yeah. So where are you at now? Like, you've been in the flipping industry now for what? Quite some time now.
Yeah, about 6 years full time. Yep. Yeah.
So with the full time, what does it look like now compared to what it was when you first started getting into it? Because I think that's, again, what a lot of people want to come like, how do I get started? How do I do this? What do I do to my first deal? Like, again, it was all relationships too. Like, almost in the same way, like met Chris, put that piece together with the money, you know, started getting connected with some real estate agents. I started talking to them a little bit, you know, that's how I even met Lindsay with the brokerage here. Like we started together fucking 15 years ago, you know, still have a relationship. I think people, again, like you said, it's just, you have to slowly, incrementally decide what you want.
Yeah, and that can change throughout the process, right? But you have to...
But you got to keep putting in the little baby steps.
For sure.
So, like, I tell people, like, inside my company, they're like, you do all this stuff. I'm like, break it. Like, listen, ask me to do 100 push-ups in a row. I can't.
Right.
But I can do 5 sets of 20.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same fucking thing.
Yep.
So, like, we decided that we wanted to buy a house in Florida. So I've been going to this barefoot tournaments the last couple of years in Florida, and I'm like, I love this little town, dude. I love it. It's just like where I live now. So I'm like, okay, I ended up bumping into a realtor who's one of like a legendary barefooter, and we just started talking a little bit, built that relationship. Mm-hmm. Step number 1.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Keith, I'm sure everybody tells you that they want to buy a house in Florida. I really want to buy a house in Florida. Cool. All right. Set me up on a search. Okay. Search going. Step number 2. Hey, Keith, I'm not really sure about any of these areas. I'm not sure about the towns. I'm not sure about the different lakes. Like, do you think maybe we can come down and just look around a little bit? Step number 3. All right, we actually got there, drove around the towns, picked out which ones we liked. Step number 4. Step number 5, Zillow listing comes over. Oh man, that thing really, like, is this Airbnb? Hey, Keith, can I Airbnb this one? Yeah. Really nice neighborhood, dude. Really nice neighborhood. All right, I'm coming down tomorrow. Step number 5.
Yeah.
All right, offer. Step number 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. It just keeps going on.
Yeah.
Like you don't rush into everything.
No, for sure. And that's the biggest thing, man. Like, I think people either they want like some secret sauce, magic ingredient to like get there day one, or they want you to hold their hand. Every once in a while, you'll get that actual person that's like, I'll do whatever it takes to get where I need to go. And I understand that it's not going to happen overnight. Most of the time, though, it's those people that like have higher expectations that want that to happen overnight, you know, but it's about just taking those baby steps, those actionable motions.
Just little by little, every day. Yeah. Like, it was crazy because, like, again, when you start to get to a certain position, like, I woke up even a couple times, I'm like, I don't even know how the fuck this company got to this point at this point now. I have no idea. I don't know. We're just here.
I was literally having a similar, like, reflection the other day. I'm like, damn, dude, like, the things that I've gone through and what I've done and, like, how I got here. Like, I started my construction company out of a little piece of shit, 1988 Chevy S10, like, and I just packed whatever I could in there and just went to work.
Yeah.
You know, but like looking back, I'm like, holy shit.
Didn't start at the Denali.
No.
Those that start at the Denali usually don't finish with the Denali.
No, they usually finish back with the 1988 S10.
Yeah.
They go backwards. No, and it makes you like, it humbles you.
Yes.
Like it makes you appreciate that.
Yeah, I think there's always level of reflection that should happen inside of everybody's life or business. So like, I'm very hard on myself. I don't celebrate a lot of small wins. I don't pat the team on the back as much as I should. And I try and work on that a lot now.
Yeah, same. I'm
because
terrible.
they're like, they need it. Just because I don't doesn't mean they don't.
And that's the thing that like I've been learning really recently is like, number one, what things that I find that are super easy for me that I have experience with aren't super easy for other people. And those little things, like you're saying, like I don't celebrate those little wins. I'm like, I should have did that. You know what I mean? Like I expected me to do that. This is what I should do. But other people weren't. They didn't come up the same way we did. And like they need those little pats on the back, those attaboys, like, and that goes a long way.
Goes a long way.
But you just have to understand that like some people do need that shit.
They definitely do. And, I think anybody's journey, there's moments that there's reflection times, and the biggest one I think for me was when we bought our new office and I was like, God damn, dude, like I drove by this thing 6,000 times in my life. Not once do you ever look at this and say, yeah, I want that motherfucker one day. Like, it's just not one of them things. And like the full circle of like, even on we're building on a lot in Bethel Park right now. I drove by this lot 10,000 times. Like, this lot's gorgeous. Now we're building a $1.2 million house on them. Like, life is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, life is crazy. Dude.
Yeah. Do you ever think like maybe you manifest those things a little bit?
I do. You know what I mean? Like, my aunt said that to me. So some of my family came out who doesn't get to see, like, we have a house on the river that we have as like a summer house. And a lot of my family's never seen it. And my aunts who like, I went through a lot of hard times, man, and like was fucked up for a lot of years. And my aunts never gave up on me. Like, never. One of them always take care of me, taking me in when I was all fucked up. Like, I would just be, over for dinner because I had nowhere to go. And I was just in a bad spot in life. And they all looked at me, and my one aunt was like, you dreamed of this, didn't you? I was like, I dreamed about this every day of my life.
Yeah.
I think manifestation's a big part of, like, again, the business cycle too, because if you don't manifest what you truly want, how do you understand where you're going?
Yeah.
That's why I was telling people the first thing, like, because everyone thinks money's going to solve all their problems. I'm like, it's not.
It doesn't.
I had the same conversation with a buddy of mine
bigger
recently.
money, bigger problems.
So I said, I was like, dude, people get triggered and start reacting emotionally over money. And I'm like, okay, dude, tomorrow I'm coming over and I'm going to write you a check for $100,000. What are you going to do with it? Yeah, it's going to amplify all the negative shit in your life. That's what the fuck it's going to do.
They're going to go blow it 90% of the time.
Yeah, dude, because you don't have a fucking plan. Like, it's not about the money, dude.
Yeah.
It's what are you doing with the money to impact what is around you to make a fucking difference. And then that impact is so big that your lifestyle just comes with it.
Yeah. And that's exactly it. Like, I don't think people understand what it really means to manifest something. No. Like, it's not like I want a Lamborghini and like the next day you have a Lamborghini. That's not how that goes. That's when you want something bad enough and you think about it, then you start putting all the steps in place to get there. And it's that road that takes you
If you want it bad enough, you'll get it. It's the vision board shit. And I think people overlook it and they doubt on it. Like, I mean, there was vision. My vision board changes all the time. There's a season. The season I'm in right now is I'm celebrating, like, to getting back to dating my wife. Like, because I think a lot of times in business, we bring business home.
Yeah.
And you do business with your significant person. I don't. But she'll just ask, like, how was your day? I'm like, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you want me to relive this again? I got my ass kicked. You know, and I'm like, it was fine. We're doing good. At the end of the day, we brought this on. Like, like my coach even told me, he's like, dude, you were just living everything you fucking asked for. Why are you getting pissed at her? It ain't her fault. She just asked how your day was.
Yeah.
And that was one of the bigger accomplishments recently when I went down to my coach and we were walking and I was like, listen, man, I've been really diving in on my relationship shit. He's like, that's good, man, because you shut that down like the last time I seen you. I was like, yeah, I always shut everything down. I'll recircle. You know what I mean? But like, again, it's what is your vision board can constantly change. Is it rental doors? Is it relationship? Is it kids? Is it money? Is it cars? Is it whatever? Like, for us, it's always like to say, like, I don't like using like money as like my motivator. It's like, okay, like I said, 17 families gets us to 17 million. Like, Let's do that. Let's help out 17 families this year.
Yep.
You know, I don't love, because I've made a lot of mistakes, man. The biggest mistake I ever made in my life was whenever I was trying to get like $1 million liquid in the drug game. And I'm like, I'm fucking 25 years old. Like 700 grand was like unfathomable, you know? But I was like, that $1 million, that allure of $1 million. And then I went fucked over here with some other dude that we were friends with, and he fucked me for $1 million. Like, dumbest thing I ever, like, I didn't need that. I made an unnecessary chess move because I was trying to move my pawns too fast and I left my queen wide open.
Yep.
Because you're making dumb emotional decisions over money.
Over money, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's what it comes down to. If you were making that decision, if you wanted that money to turn it into something else, you would have made a more educated decision. You wouldn't have just went for it.
Yep. No, you know, and I was fucking allured by what? Like, again, what was that money going to do? Just sit there like it did before.
Right.
It's just more.
But in that environment, I mean, but that's what it's about.
100%.
It's about stacking all this cash and flaunting it around like you got all this money. But what are you doing?
So I told myself ever since then, I was like, dude, I'm not selling my soul for money. Like, I don't play. I love making money. I do. But I love making money to make the business better. Yeah. Like, I love, you know, like we take our team down.
It's a tool.
Yeah, dude. Like, we take our team down to our win rate events. We all go together. Like, we make it an experience. We're all hanging out in the hotel lobby, talking business, this, that, da-da-da-da-da. Like, that's what I tell people. That's real business. It's culture. It's understanding your flaws and being honest with your flaws. So, when my first office was right in that room right there, that little ass fucking room right there. Tried to figure out our first design studio.
Nice.
We tried to do mix and match flooring, 50% on that thing. We cut it diagonal 50%, made shark teeth like a fucking idiots. Just did dumb shit. But again, like I knew like we needed that piece, you know what I mean? And for us, it was the evolution of me understanding that I move at a very high rate of speed and I need somebody there to say, whoa, 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 slow down, bro. Mm-hmm. So it was contracts, bank draws, anything legal, all that stuff. I need that handled right now. So we hired an office manager first, like before anybody. And it was an expensive hire, dude. And I didn't have any money to do it. But like, I knew if we didn't fix this piece, we would never be able to get bigger because I'm going to get fucked legally. I'm not going to understand. Right. I'm going to get screwed and I'm going to be out all this money and I'm going to have nobody to blame but my fucking self. So hired that portion on. She's been with us forever. Going to move to COO now at some point soon. And like now you have 5 years of game together.
Yeah. And there's that evolution, right? People are scared. And I was that way too when I first started, like scared to hire people, right? But once you do and you hire that person and they're worth it, you figure it out.
Your greatest investment's in people.
100%.
Yeah, your greatest investment's in people. And then it was, after that, it was, okay, I don't know shit about selections and I'm not detail-oriented again, so I need a very detail-oriented person to be in selections. Boom, that was hire number 2. But it wasn't selections coordinator at that time. It was an admin because I needed all the administration shit done. Like, I don't do well filing paperwork. I throw it in a folder, you fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
But again, like I tell people, I'm like, look at your flaws and hire around them.
Yeah. Do what you're good at and delegate the rest.
That's it. And just monitor and train.
Yep.
Hey, I see it this way. Oh, well, I think, and listen to your people though, because I'll go to like with Sarah, I'll be like, hey, I see it this way. And she'll be like, I see it this way, man. And I'll be like, my ego, fuck you, it was a terrible idea. And then tomorrow I'll send her an email like, my bad. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah. I'm a little bit.
You were right.
I'm a little bit different with that. Like I always tell everybody, like I've been doing this a really long time. My way is super efficient. Just do it that way. If you have another way that works better for you, let me see it.
Sure.
If it works good, then cool, we'll implement it. But if my way is still faster than yours or more efficient than yours, like forget your way.
And even like I tell people, I'm like, there's always a piece in what they said that's probably better than what you're doing. Dissect the whole thing. So like, I'm a big advocate. I have about a 35-minute drive home every day, roughly. I drive home with no music. I just want to reflect on the day. Like, what happened? Did we do good here? Could I have handled this conversation better? Did I kind of like, did I lead the team correctly? Or did I blow up in some bullshit? Did I show up correctly? And there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, man, maybe let me think about what happened here. And I'll be like, yeah, dude, there's a couple pieces in there that I like. Let's play around with that and add it to our portfolio of what we have going on. I think a lot of people, they just want to like think the same shit of like business owner stuff doesn't ever end. Like you're a real salary job.
Yeah.
Like the real deal salary where like it's 24/7. I'll wake up at 2 a.m. and be like, we have this thing going on today. What the fuck am I going to do here? I'm like, go back to bed, dude. And I'm laying there like, oh God. You know, and I think again, like you have to love to do this.
Yeah.
If you don't love to do this, you will not fucking make it.
It's not for
You'll not make it.
And like that's the separator, man. Because like going back to about the money, people want to be entrepreneurs because they see money and they see money as success. If that's your thought, just don't waste your time. Don't do it. You have to love the operations behind it.
My first partner didn't work out because of the same shit. We had misalignment. So like misalignment on views of the business. So he thought that he was going to make $100,000+ the first year. And I'm like, I was like, I'm always a big reinvestor. So like, we still pay ourselves the same salary that we paid ourselves 5 years ago. You know, like we reinvest so much fucking money back into the business. And I don't think people understand that to grow a real business fast. Like I tell people, like, here was my secret, guys. I'm going to tell you my secret. Look at your flaws, hire around them. Don't pay yourself shit. Live very minimal and pour all your money the fuck in it for a long time.
Yep.
Like 5 years plus.
Yeah.
And then turn around and look at how big your team is now.
Yeah.
Great. Cool. Good luck.
Yeah. That's overnight success.
Yeah. That's overnight success.
Yeah.
Like that's basically how I sum it up to people anymore. Is just like, that's what I did. Like we 100% X'd every year for 5 years because that's what we did. You know, and there was a lot of times I didn't pay myself shit, you know, and our partners didn't. We never fought about it. We never did this. We agreed upon this was the game plan. This was the goal. Even through COVID, we ate every fucking contract through COVID. Didn't say shit to nobody. Lost $1 million again and fucking came out the backside barely. But it changes like that.
Yeah.
Because the next season could be the season. Mm-hmm. And that's what it was.
Like, it's a constant ebb and flow. And like people don't understand that. Again, they look at those successes and be like, oh, that just happened. Like he just started building houses and now he's this big successful.
No.
You know, like
I don't know shit.
Yeah. I mean, even me, like I've been doing this, well, not on the real estate side, but like I've been in construction for a long fucking time. And there's still shit where I'm like, oh, that's new. You know, like, but we'll figure it out. But there's always going to be something.
We're going to add this to our belt. Here we go.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
I think, again, there's always, I think people don't analyze their situations correctly. I'm going to ask you this question. We do it, and I'm going to probably assume you guys do too. Do you guys do a post-game recap with you and Eric on your flips? Like, what happened from start to finish? Where did we fuck up? Where could we have done better? Okay, did we buy this at the right price? Was it the right street?
Yeah.
Oh, did we sell it for the right price? Okay, did we got hit on inspections? Was that kind of just like a bullshit type thing? Or how can we tighten up this way? Or, oh, this sub didn't perform the way we wanted to do this sub?
Yeah, I mean, we're
heavy on that now.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to get more heavy into that. Early on, we were pretty focused on that. And then we kind of, thankfully, and again, organically scaled up. We were doing like 3 at a time.
Yep.
Right? And then we started doing 4, 5, 6 at a time.
Yep.
During that transition, it got harder for us to like
because you had to work on operations.
Yeah, so we couldn't really like dissect every deal at the end. But now we kind of have some things ironed out. We had 4 or 5 of the wrong people in the wrong seats.
100%.
So like we had to go through those kind of growing pains and get redistributed through that. Once she's back 100%, we have a pretty solid game plan.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely say that would be a very important thing to do in any kind of business. Like look at how things are operating.
Yeah, look
Don't
at your
just
project.
be like,
go?
That worked. Let's keep doing it 1,000 more times. Like it's not always going to work the same way. So you have to look at those different variables and constantly adjust. You're always tweaking something.
We'll go back to the secret sauce. The secret sauce is do it for a fucking long, like it's consistency too. Like people get burned out and they'll go switch to something else. Like, okay, I'm gonna go go do this now. Oh, no, I'm gonna go do this now. I'm gonna go be a trim carpenter. No, I'm gonna do cabinets. No, I'm gonna make custom cabinets.
Yep.
No, now I'm gonna do flooring.
Yep.
No, wait a minute. Now we're gonna do roofs because the roofs are the big thing. Hold on, no. Now we're gonna do roof siding, all this shit.
Well, it's the same
and we're
thing.
Gonna stay consistent at nothing.
Yeah, it's the same thing in the investment world. I mean, you see people that are like, oh, Section 8's the big thing. You know, flips are the big thing. Storage units, like they'll do one deal in something and it not be a home run, and they're like, oh, this sucks. This is the worst thing ever. Like, no, you have to do different. You have to pick something.
Stay with it.
Stick with it for at least a little bit.
Stay with it.
At least do like 10 deals that way. So you have data to look back on and be like, this didn't work for this reason.
Yeah.
Not because it doesn't work, but like, why didn't it work for me?
I did one flip, I didn't make any money. Now I'm going to go be a fucking wholesaler. This didn't work. Mm-hmm. Well, what didn't work?
Right.
You didn't probably do due diligence. Let me fucking tell you it didn't work.
Yeah, yeah.
Out of all the guys and the people that including myself, I did it fucking recently. I lost 30 grand on a condo that I bought. So, and I barely, like, I keep all my shit now. So, like, I maybe buy 3 houses a year. And so I had an opportunity off of a guy who was selling one, a basement condo unit in Mount Lebanon. It was 1 block off Minios. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm right in the middle of Uptown. I'm like, there's no way that I can't rent this fucking thing. So I'm like, I bought it at 105. I got comps in the building at 175, 180, 3 days on market, cash. I'm like, all right, dude, I'm going to put 25 into this building. Put 25 into it. Dude, that's fucking, oh, dude. First off, I didn't do my due diligence because I didn't read the HOA rules that you can only rent it for fucking 24 months, and then you have to move into it. So that was red flag number 1 after I bought it. 2, I then switched my game plan. Not a good idea like we talked about in the beginning. I bought Florida, and I'm like, oh, I'll sell this now, and I'll just reallocate my funds over here. Yeah, well, then I didn't realize that fucking basement condos are very not desired.
Yeah.
Not desired. And I'm like, I just thought the location would be powerful enough.
Right.
It was not. Yeah, sold it for like 125, held it for 9 months, paid $2,000 a month in closing costs, lost my ass, and I was like, okay. And again, I've been doing this. I bought hundreds of houses, dude. I've been involved in hundreds of real estate transactions. We all still fuck up, and this happened this year. This happened like 2 months ago. Yeah. That's the reality of it, guys. Like, you're going to make a fucking mistake. That doesn't mean flipping houses and renting houses doesn't work. It just means that I got fucking lazy and didn't do my due diligence.
Yeah.
That's why you
did something wrong. At some point,
it was me. It wasn't the fucking building. It was me.
Right. And don't get me wrong. Like, things do happen. Like, the market could fall out. And like, that's really not your fault. You can't predict that. But things happen. Right. But like, I love that you're sharing this stuff. And like, it's cool because like so many people go out here and they do this like, oh, I'm such this big shot. Mm-hmm. Like, every deal I have ever done has been a home run. Mm-hmm. I make millions on every deal I ever do. Like, that's just such bullshit, dude. Like,
I think we catch luck sometimes. Like, I had from 21 to 23, I caught some fucking good, or I should say 22 to 24, I caught some licks. Like, bought some really nice houses for good prices.
Yeah.
Had a lot of shit fall in my direction. This one fell right the fuck out, and that's just the way it goes.
But that also came with that consistency. Like, those things that fell in your lap or were good deals didn't just happen. Mm-mm. They happened because you put yourself in that position. And they happened
because I was I wanted to buy rentals at that point in my life. I'm like, okay, I'm set out to do this. So it was done. Again, the steps: 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, and here they all start coming.
Yep.
Oh shit. Then I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm just going to not focus on it. And this one kind of fell at me, and I got lazy and was out of that mode of my steps. And I was like, oh, this is a great deal. This is Mount Lebanon. I can't lose in Mount Lebanon. No, I lost my fucking ass. I lost my fucking ass.
I got to say,
I'm not mad about it.
No,
dude,
for sure.
Like, I mean, even Chris was like, sorry, it was a dud, man. I'm like, dude, Chris, like, every now and again, guys like me too need a fucking reality check of saying, hey, remember that fucking box you like to buy in 9 to 1,100 square foot fucking houses? Stay there.
Yeah.
Don't buy basement condos, bud.
No, I mean, honestly, dude, I probably, from what you've said, I probably would have did the same thing. Yeah. So
I thought it was a great deal. And even when I was selling it, I was like, there's no way that somebody doesn't buy this even for 150. I got to offer 125. I tried to get them up to 135. They bounced. And you know the rule of thumb with this. Your first offer is your best offer.
Yep.
So then when I got a second offer at 125, I'm like, take it, good, great, take it. I'll fucking take it. Yep. Just get me out of this fucking loan.
Yep.
Is all I want to do. Because again, I misplayed it. So like I fucked up my burr because I dropped the price too much. So the banks would be like, dude, what are we going to give you? 80%, 75%
of nothing.
Fucking 125. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I screwed, like, people, you have to know your exit. You have to know your strategy. And I fucked it up because, again, I've changed the plan. I didn't do my due diligence. It was a multitude of things. Like, I deserved this lesson, people. Yeah. It doesn't mean the game doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, it's just kind of like, you pay for coaching. I've paid for coaching and mentors. And I mean, like, you paid for that lesson. Yeah. Just the same way.
Same game.
It sucks, but you learned a bunch from it. And like you said, now you're going to stick to stick to what you know, kind of narrowed you back into your.
And what's nice about what you got going on in McKees Rocks, and are you from that area? Is that why you chose there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. But it's the same thing of like, you become the expert in that area. So people start throwing you deals. So it keeps your cost per deal down. You know, people don't understand that. Like, it's the same with our referrals. So like, we built out a referral program for our clients. Hey, you refer us a client that signs $5,000. You give us another client that signs $10,000. You give us another client that signs $15,000. Because the way you got to look at it is you already have you just look at it as like it's a realtor expense. Like, why would you not want to market that to your number one cheerleader? Like, your number one people are the people you've done work for, people in your area, people that know you. Like, that's how you keep your marketing acquisition down.
Yeah. My marketing budget for the past 2-3 years has been absolutely nothing.
Yeah. We did zero for the first fucking 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, like, now that we wanted to reach above 8 figures, like, you have to market now. But this is our first year, and we're like, our revenue is over 10 million, and our marketing budget's probably only 120 grand. Like, that's not shit comparison to like what our revenue is, you know. But a lot of it's branding plays, and a lot of it is sponsorship stuff. So like, we sponsor everything. Anything and everything. You walk in my office, here's $4,000. You walk in my office, here's $3,000. I don't know if we're suckers anymore for it now because we get so much of it, but like, I just feel that when I was a kid, the same thing, man. Like, I always wanted my dad on the back of my shirt, you know, and I always think it's important for these communities that lose. I'm sure McKees Rocks goes through the same stuff. You guys get back to the community.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they lost the basketball program at Ringgold, so like, I helped pay for all their uniforms and stuff like that. Like, I don't promote any of this shit. It's just, you should when we're in a better position in life and we look at things, you should always help.
Yeah.
Because that gets paid forward.
Yep.
Of like, oh, hey, this person, hey, we introduced you to them.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they gave us sponsor money, man. That was awesome. Hey, they build houses. Go check them out.
Yep.
Like, you don't know how a conversation gets sparked.
Yeah, and that's the same thing. Like, you know, you got to flex that giving muscle, number one.
Always. That should be your number one flex muscle.
For sure.
If you're flexing anything, it should be behind the curtain of giving.
Yeah. If you have it to go out there and flaunt,
yeah,
you should be helping somebody somewhere. I don't care what it is.
Fuck the Lambo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give back, help somebody. Because like you said, none of us got here on our own.
No.
Right?
And none of us came from shit. Shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of us that have made it, and a lot of the people
let's dive into that a little bit, man, because like, I feel like there's been a lot of us in this industry, and we've kind of all been, you know, friends for a long time. Like, look at the guys who, you know, 20 years ago will say would not have been predicted to be in the positions that we're in now.
I'm excited for my 20-year reunion this year. I've never had one.
Mine was 2 years ago, 23. Yeah. And me and Glenn, you remember Glenn, we went to high school together, and our 20-year came up, and everybody was like, we don't know where to do it, to do it. So we're like, fuck it. We booked out the casino. And they're like, wait, what do you, we're like, don't worry about it. Like, just show up, you know, like,
fuck yeah.
And we were the like stoner bad kids in high school.
So was I.
You know,
nobody would have thought like prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think though, like, I think really, really what needs to happen with some of these people is like, not like, I go back and forth on some of this, man. Like, they all try and say it's the kids. It's not. It's what's going on is like, especially I can only speak upon the high school that I went to. So like, they're like, oh, it's all gang ridden and this and that. I'm like, yeah, because it's fucked up parents. It's not fucked up kids. Yeah. It's fucked up parents. It's people my age and older who I knew who were raising fucked up kids in the same fucked up environment with no outcome of like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, there was a few of us, man, we all sold drugs together, and some of us died and some of us didn't.
Yeah.
You know, and some of us made it out and some of us didn't. Some of us went to prison, some of us didn't. Like, that's the game. Yeah. You know,
but it's that lifestyle early on. I mean, I came up in a very similar environment. Yeah. I mean, I sold drugs as a kid. That's the only way I could, you know, do anything with life. You know, we were poor. If I wanted something, I had to figure it out.
That's it.
The only thing I knew was what was right in front of me. So that's what we did. Did some questionable things as a young teen, is what it is. You know, I don't hate that I did that. But
I don't condone any of it.
No, I don't condone it either. But at the same time, like, it created who I am today. So like, I'm not mad at it, but
I told people like the reason why I got into this game is like I love being a hustler. Like we were raised in hustler era.
For sure.
We were raised in the BMF era. We were raised in the money getting era of rap. We were raised in the different things of hustling and money and this and that. And we came up with none. So like that was alluring. Like I feel bad for the kids nowadays that are raised on drill rap and all the other stuff of murder and robbing and all this other shit because that is absolutely super not cool.
No.
Like there's nothing cool with shooting and killing people.
No.
Like fucking period. And I look at it now and I'm like, it's so fucked up anymore because like these kids are alluring this just like I allured the guys that had all this money and all the hustlers and this and that. And I'm like, this is not good how this is turned, man. And like, I've done a ton of questionable things, but I think for us though, it's our responsibility to show kids that like, it's not the end of the road.
No, for sure.
Like for me, what it prepared me for was taking risk in construction because I was willing to risk all my money in this game. So now I'm willing to risk all my money in this game.
Right. It's a smarter game.
It's a way smarter game. And, it all depends. Like, I played this game just like I played hustling. Like, I was never a robber. I was never a thief. I was never a conniver. I never did any shady shit. Like, I was honest. It took me a minute to build it. It took me a long time to get rolling. It took me this. But I got there.
Right.
Straight to jail. But, like, I got there, you know.
Right.
But
that was another lesson.
Yeah, in construction, it's the same way. We were saying this when we were on the way to the airport. It was funny. We had a client who had an issue with plumbing and they lived with it for 11 months, didn't say a word. Then all of a sudden they want us to rip their entire shower out and then pay bath fitters to put a new one in. I'm like, bro, that's not how warranty works. They're like, we don't want our shower fixed. We want this shower. And I'm like, that's not how this works, man. But I'm not running from this. I'll do whatever you want to do. Let's talk about it. Let's come up with a better idea. Yeah. And I was like, also, it was funny because your son came upstairs and told one of our workers that you were going to sue us. Oh, hey, you're the company we're going to sue.
Nice.
Oh, well, that's funny. He's a kid. How do you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, well. And I said, the funny thing is about suing is when you're a company like us and you always do the right thing, you're very hard to sue. Sue me.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of that anymore either because it's happened. Like,
yeah.
I went through that. It's not that big of a deal and we won.
Yeah.
Like,
well, win or lose, you lose.
Yeah.
That's what
win or lose, you lose, for sure.
Yeah.
But you're not afraid of it anymore after that. Because the unknowing of going through your first time, you're like, oh my God, this is gonna be the end of it. Oh my God, they're suing me, I'm gonna lose everything. Like, no, you're not gonna lose everything. You're gonna owe something. You guys are gonna come to some understanding that you could have done without these attorneys.
Yep.
So we came to an agreement. Hey man, I'll demo out the shower, I'll replace the subfloor, we'll do this, I'll give you a credit. Boom. There you go. Like, I'm not running from anything, dude. Like, but I'm also not paying you to bring in
it's principle.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're an ethical dude. You're running an ethical business. Like this, we did something wrong somewhere here. Like, let's own it. Let's fix it. But no, I'm not buying you a new bathroom
because
of your
there
choice.
was like they were crushing their shower with with bleach, which rots out your grout. And I'm like, there was a lot of things that went on. And I was like, you also lived with this for 11 months and didn't say one word. But like, hey man, I'm willing to help you. I'm not running from this, dude. Yeah. But like, let's come to some terms. I'm great, man. We came to terms. They're good. We're all happy. Awesome. Let's go. We'll fix it. No big deal.
Yeah.
We're going back and fixing a deck we built 5 years ago. It sunk like a half an inch. So like, all right, we're going to reinforce the footers. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I did something similar last year. We built one of the last decks I built before I got into investing. Big, audacious deck as usual. And it's a flat rubber roof. And it started leaking like crazy. And I'm like, these things don't just leak for no reason.
Oh my God, I fucking hate them.
Dude, I get up there, and this is no bullshit. It looked like someone took a fucking steak knife and just stabbed it. I'm like, this isn't us.
Yeah.
We didn't do this. But I'm here. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to take care of it because at the end of the day, it's my name. But like, clearly somebody or something damaged this roof. And this wasn't like an installation error.
I think again, it's knowing and understanding that there's a mentality that has to come with business that must be long term. If it's not long term, you're fucking done. I'll cook you, dude. I will fucking cook you.
Yeah.
Because, dude, I'm just gonna grind you out. Like,
and that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think again, like you watch UFC and stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
So like Hamzat Chimaev fought this weekend, dude, just grinded dude out the whole fight, grinding him out, dude. Slow, just mauled him. That's how you beat the champ.
Yep.
Because over the long, they're like, he's never going to beat him in 5. No, he'll beat him in his game. He's just going to maul you, dude, and just crush you the entire time. He's going to play his way over the long term.
Let someone who's relentless figure it out. You have no chance in any game in the world. Someone is relentless enough to just keep grinding and just keep pushing. They're going to figure it out.
I think too, there's a lot of levels of like people think that they can't do it, you know, and you definitely can do it. And now that like when you gain a level of confidence that you can operate at a level, that's like where I'm at now. I'm like, dude, I know what I'm doing. Like I feel bad for anyone in the way now. Like I have confidence. I understand the game. I have vision. Like I have long-term discipline. Like good luck, man. Like if I'm going to wear you out, bro. And inevitably in round 5, the bell's going to ring and I'm going to win, you know? And it's not even like, what are you winning? It's like nothing. You're just, what motivates you to keep playing,
right?
You know, like I love the game. I love the game.
Yeah.
Like I look at it the same way. Like I love everything. Like Michael Jordan talked about basketball. I love the game. There's days that I want to fucking kill myself, which is more than most. But guess what, man? I ask for every fucking second of
That's
this,
it.
and I love it.
Yes.
I love it, dude. And I love, again, when you look at the people you've sold your houses to. Like, people lose sight of, like, I'm like, listen, guys, these people are creating lifelong memories in these houses. These people are having Christmases. They're having kids. They're having their photo albums are filled with shit we did. It fucking matters, man. Like, stop. This isn't a transaction.
Yeah.
This is a fucking relationship. Yeah. Like, this is not like we're just selling them a goddamn vacuum.
Yep.
It's not.
Yep. And that's a big thing for us for like focusing so much on McKees Rocks, because like we're doing such good work that we're able to give back to a community. Yeah. We're giving people a house that they can own that's brand new, basically, with like higher end finishes at the same price that they're renting a shithole.
Yeah.
Like painted over plugs in a Section 8 shithole.
Yeah.
We're giving you brand new kitchens and bathrooms. Yeah. Like,
It like you said, it comes back to the core group of us that 20 years ago, no one thought we would make it. You know, nobody, whether it's Dustin, Alex.
It's those experiences, though, that taught us that. And that's like, you know, I look back now, like even with my son, like my son's, he's 21, he'll be 22. And like me at 22 years old, dude.
I said that to my assistant, who's our admin now. I'm like, you just turned 23 years old. I was just getting out of prison.
Yeah.
Like you were 22, I was in prison.
Yeah.
You were 21, I was in prison. Like, you're doing better.
Yeah.
You're doing better than me.
Right. Yes and no. But like, so here's the thing, like, how do we bridge this gap between like a different generation, not experiencing the things that we did, but having that, I don't want to say experience, but having that understanding of like, it takes grind, it takes hustle. You're going to deal with a bunch of bullshit. You better have thick skin, you know, like all these things. How do you teach that without going through the lifestyles that we did?
You have to be coachable, you know, like, so she's my executive assistant now. And like, she runs my entire life. She pays my real estate mortgages. She does my taxes. She does all my shit. Like, she sees the game from front hand. She sees my life in front hand. And she's undeniably one of the most important people in my entire life. And she is fully coachable. She is ready to go to war for what I have going on, and she's ready to understand. Now we play her game. Like, it was baby steps, right? So like, she works 2 jobs, you know, just because she wants to pay down her college debt and wants to, you know, get that done. So like, she didn't understand that, like, okay, I have, let's just say $5,000. I have $5,000 extra. What do I do with it? I'm like, all right, we're going to take it over here. We're going to move it over here, make it 6%. We're going to start there. And then the other step was like, we're going to consolidate all your student loans and get these loans got to go under one loan. Like, this is ridiculous, all this shit you got going on. We're going to consolidate them. I got a plan for you. We're going to pay this off in 20 months. We're going to do it this way. Okay, how do I do this? But every time we do this together, like, listen, I'm helping you. She pays attention. She respects it. She starts to do it on her own. You know, like even today we did bill audits. Like, we have 5,000 invoices that come through these builds. So we're going down line item by line item by line item. Hey, can you catch anything? Do you catch anything? But when we're going through this and I'm explaining this to her, I'm like, hey, do you see the invoice? Do you see why it's in the wrong position? Do you see why it's coded wrong? Do you see this goes to this now? Like, that person has to be willing to want to learn.
Yeah.
If they're not willing to want to learn, they're not willing to want to do all this shit, like, it's just not going to work, you know? And for me is like, she's absolutely, and I told all of her friends that. I was like, this girl's, if she stays rolling with me and doing what she needs, she's going to be a fucking savage in 5 years. because she's going to have all the experiences that I go through.
Right.
Because she's right next door, she's right with me. Like, we're battling a $36,000 workman's comp audit right now. They want to fucking crack me for 40 G's. And I'm like, hold on now. Me and you, we're going to go over here and tackle this. You know, we sent that to Rocco, the attorney. I'm like, listen, man, we got to get this one figured out. This is bullshit. They misclassified all of our carpenters as rough carpenters at 11.2 multiplier. We got some fuck ups here.
Yeah.
So I think it's again, if that person doesn't see those experiences, they're going to see my experiences.
Yeah.
So you're going to learn with me.
Learning through you.
Learning through me.
With the experiences of what got you to today without dealing with the experiences.
And I tell you my mind frame, though. Like, why am I making that decision? Why am I doing this? Why am I saying this? Why am I saying that? But, like, again, I don't pour into everybody. Like, I wouldn't have made her so intertwined in my life if I didn't believe in her.
Yeah.
You know, like, I just...
Well, she showed you that she was worth the investment.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the same with everybody at our company, man. Like, they all have a small role. Like, I would put our company culture up with almost anybody's. Like, it's fucking deep, dude. And I think that's a big deal because, again, like, we don't shoot down opinions. We don't shoot these things. Like, it's cleaning up little things now. Like we talked about, like, what's the secret sauce? Stay consistent, long time, fix shit. Mm-hmm. Go work her hard. You're going to get there. And then after that, it's like when I go to these events now, it's just fine tuning little things. Like we just went to a conference about lead management, lead retainage. There's a few tweaks I want to make to our process now.
Yeah.
We're doing most of it, but there's a couple little tweaks. And then I talked to a couple other guys who were doing a couple things differently. I'm like, guys, you hear that? I like that. A couple little tweaks. You know, it was like even shit just like how we're aligning closing gifts. Like we're going to start giving gifts in a sequential order so it all makes sense going through the process. Like little tweaks. There's no earth-shattering shit anymore.
No,
it's just not. Like little tweaks along the way and me staying coachable saying, hey, great, I've had some level of success, whatever the fuck that means, but like I know we can get better every fucking single day. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to move this to here. We're going to do this a little bit. And it's the same way we're rearranging our org chart. Like we had our owners meeting today and I'm like, guys, we need to make our org chart more linear. Like we're talking to too many people here. Like there's got to be just layer per person. Like we're talking to 10 different people here.
Yeah.
It's too confusing. So like there needs to be a director of this and a director of that where it goes down the org chart. It's the same in the field of construction. Like there has to be somebody accountable for those people. So like, oh great, how do we move the org chart people now inside of our organization? How do we take this person who has these great capabilities and move them to here? Do we think that'll work? Pros and cons, yes, no. But like we're a big proponent of hiring from within.
Yeah.
So like you can't be a liar. Got to hire from within now. You know, so
we know who you are.
Yeah, that's just what we do. Is like I'm always looking and analyzing, moving pieces. Because I had to fire a guy a couple weeks ago. I'm like, dude, it wasn't a good culture fit. Again, it's very easy to look like you're busy in a bigger company now, and you're just not. You know, and that's the unfortunate side of it. Like, you've fired numerous people too, and so have I.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, I wish I had better news for you, but like, we got to move on, bud.
That's it.
It's part of the game, man.
Yeah.
And that just because here's the thing: every time you do that, it's like a fucking sub that you've held on forever. Oh, I've known this guy forever. I just call him. Yeah, but he's not the right fucking sub. You'll find a better one, I assure you.
Yeah, I did that for a while, especially early on. Like, it's
a huge mistake.
I would know that people weren't the best.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck, I need someone to do this, whether it was demo or like, it was always like the simpler tasks, right?
Yep.
But you just know that like calling this person was going to give me a headache, but I don't have a choice because I don't
have time to vet new people. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for this. Well, let me tell you, people, here's what your vendors and subs do to you. They incrementally raise their price on you. That's just the reality of it. And you have to look at them and say, okay, is your price worth the value of what you're offering? Or you go back and say, well, hey, this company's doing it for 30% less. How about can I get you to match again? Because now we're at this level.
Right.
I mean, we found $400,000 in savings this year just off of bullshit.
Right. Or, and this is good for them, or they just get too busy and now, you know, the quality starts to slack.
There's a burn rate for every trade.
Yep.
No doubt.
Yep.
You know, we're having issues again with some of our siding guys. So now we're looking at pivoting on that. You have to look at areas of weakness inside your business at all times. All times, because it switches. In this season, the siding guy might be fine.
You always got to be dialing things back in.
this season the siding guy might be good. The next season it's the plumber. Like it's always plumbers for us. We just there's not enough plumbers in this world, but you know, and it's the same thing for you guys. Like in the flipping industry, like you can't pay somebody who's a top premium contractor. The numbers don't jive.
Right.
Or you're going to have the in-house team, which you've done and I've done.
Right.
And then you have the problems with that. People think that problems go away just because you in-house it. I'm like, no, you have culture problems. You have all their problems. They all talk.
Yep.
It's a continuous, you know, and they all get complacent.
Yep.
So there's those issues. That's that season. Okay, well, that's a problem. So weigh your options now. Is it sub-base or is it in-house?
It's literally always something, though.
Yes.
And that's what people have to understand. Like when you start doing business of any sort, there is always going to be a problem.
There's no better. It's not one's better than the other. It's just which one do you like more?
Yeah. And back to your point, like in the season, right? Like you might like in-house more this season because it's working.
Yep.
Next season, it might not.
Once we started getting fucking racked and workman's comp and all that shit, I was like, dude, this is insane. I'm like, we're paying $50,000 a year, and now we're getting hit for another 40. That's 90. We're 90 fucking some $1,000. I mean, this is crazy. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, this isn't work anymore. Like, this is why kitchens are $200,000. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, this is bananas.
Yeah.
And again, it was a season, though. It was a choice that we made of, you know, where the business was headed, what we wanted to do, and made shifts off of that. I just think people don't analyze enough, and they take things too surface level, and they don't understand that their problem and their solution is right in front of them if they would just look at it.
Yep.
So what are some of the big hurdles that you run through on a day-to-day basis as you've scaled?
Man, where do I start with that? I mean,
it's tough.
Yeah. I mean, kind of like you said,
because the reason I'm bringing it up because you've gone through a lot recently.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, obviously, without a doubt, the biggest hurdle right now is everything that's going on with Erica.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest unpredictable hurdle I could ever imagine. Yeah. Outside of that, I mean, I would say just when we started to scale a lot, probably a year and a half ago, we hired like fucking crazy. We just had guys coming to us. We're like, yep, you're hired. Hired. And what we started finding out was like we could do more with less.
Oh, yeah.
And we were spending a fuck ton of money on payroll and like nothing was getting done.
Yeah.
And when you're organically scaling like that and it wasn't exactly planned, you just have to kind of roll with the punches.
Yeah. And you go into panic mode.
Yeah, you just got to go.
Too much work, not enough work. Too much work, not enough work. Too much work, not enough work.
Right, but you don't want to throw opportunity away, so you'd figure it out. And figuring it out at the time was bringing more people on because we needed hands. No matter what, we needed hands at the time.
Yep.
But when those hands aren't doing what you need them to do, you know, but me at the time, I was jumping project to project to project and checking on everything. When I was on that project, shit was getting done.
Yep.
What was happening was as soon as I would leave, they'd fuck off.
Well, the issue with it too is, and I always take this back, is it's our fault because we didn't train properly.
Yeah.
That's what it was. If your people are not doing what there always comes back to either A, wrong person, got to go. 2, we did not train properly and our expectations were not clear enough.
Yeah.
That's the only 2 things.
Yeah. I don't think it was that for us. Like our guys were good at what they did.
Sure.
The problem was they didn't have a good mindset. Mm-hmm. It was more of a cultural thing.
Yeah.
It was
they just weren't the right person.
It was more like the boss isn't here. We can fuck off because he'll never know.
Yeah, well, sure.
I know because
we'll find out.
Right, because I'm gonna look back at the numbers and be like, why did it just take like 4 months to do a house we usually do in 45 days?
Yeah. Totally.
What the fuck happened?
Post-game recap.
Yeah. So when I start circling back and I'm like, I pop in and I'm like, this is no bullshit, dude. I think I might have told you this last time we met. Maybe I didn't, but I snapped and fired 4 people at one time in this moment. I walked into a house. This is no bullshit. I had a guy sanding drywall over top of a dude that was painting baseboard. Literally,
order of construction,
Bryan,
ladies and gentlemen.
I am not bullshitting you when I'm telling you that literal drywall dust was falling on this dude's head while he was painting baseboard, and I was like, "Stop! What the fuck are you guys doing? Look what you're doing! Oh, we need to paint this. We need to do that. Why are you out of order? This whole floor should be in the same process right now."
Yeah, if you're doing drywall touch-ups at the end, cool, but you should already be painted.
Yeah. Literally over top of this dude's head. I'm not talking like he was over there and this guy was over here sanding a ceiling in it. I was like, you're all done. I've had enough. I'll figure this out on my own. That was probably my most recent, like,
yeah, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah, pivotal moment. Like you're like,
yeah, it becomes tough because like flipping is hard because like the project management side gets expensive and it really eats into the overhead, and it's like you really have to do some volume to make up for that, because you think, right? I don't know what your average profits are and whatever but here's the thing, like let's say your project manager is $100,000, really in reality costs you 150.
Right.
So okay, let's just say your average profit's 50 grand. That's 3 fucking houses you're doing for zero to make 1 employee.
Right. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, like on the front end of this, that are just trying to get into it. And they're like, oh, they're making all this money.
On top of your marketing costs, on top of your,
on everything else. Yeah. Insurance. I mean, everything. Everything costs money. And people see, like, I hate those HGTV shows that are like, oh, profit, $200,000. But like, they only break down 3 items that cost money. And it's like, no, they didn't make any money.
I always tell people, I was like, that's not even gross. That's like umbrella.
Yeah, that's
it's like made up.
It's 100%.
Yeah, it was like, that's not true math at all. That math ain't mathin'.
Right. You know? Right. I mean, we shoot for 30% or more profits, you know, on our projects, but sometimes they don't work out.
It was the same conversation we had recently. We had a lead come in on a fire damaged house, which we've become kind of like a specialty. We do a lot of those now. We just started one in Peters, but another one in South Park, and I was like, here's our only misconnect on the numbers is insurance has us down for 10% profit on this and 10% profit on that. So that's a 20% gross profit. I don't run on those profits because that means I'm probably making 8% net, and that's just not healthy for me. So like, we got to get that up closer to 40, and then that'll land me at about 20, and then we're good for a deal.
Yeah. Yeah. But people see that big number and they're like, wow, look at that. And it's like, no, because that gets eaten up with so many other costs.
I got people and shit.
Yeah.
You know,
it costs money to make all of this turn.
A lot. Yeah. A lot. And that's a hard part with construction, because banks don't love us because we're in and out businesses. Money comes in, money goes out. Money comes in, money goes out. So like, yeah, cool. You're a $10 million business, but your cost of goods was like 6.5. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And then you have your other stuff. So like, it becomes discipline in construction. You must know how to manage money. Like, if you don't know how to manage money, you're going to run into problems in the long term, because you're going to have snags. You better have reserves. You better have things like this. Like, even for us, like every year at the end of the year, my partners and I sit down and we set new rules. Okay, guys, like we're getting into a point where we can probably maybe take some bonuses, but here's the parameters. We have to have X in the bank account for operating costs. We have to have this happen and this happen. If they don't happen, you're not getting a fucking check. So like Q1 didn't happen. No check, guys. Sorry. Like, you can't go back on what we talked about. Like, 2 of them didn't get done. So like, I'm sorry if you spent all your money at Christmas.
Yeah.
It's the reality of it, dude. Like, you know, you have to be able to make those calls, because there is times where like money's good and money's not. Like, you'll get good months, bad months. Like, that's the tough part about construction. Even my accountants, he's like, you know, you had a couple great months and it was fucking. I'm like, yeah, dude, like fucking winter. Like,
that's how
what
it
you
goes.
want me to fucking do, dude? Yeah. Like, I can't do anything when it's 10 degrees, and like I can't get shit moving like the way I want to get shit moving. So like, I know, listen, I get it, buddy. I need to bring in $1 million a month. I didn't make it. I understand. I can feel it. Right. You know, like it's the reality.
We'll try to do $2 million next month.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, that doesn't happen.
That's the reality of it, though. Like, there is constant ebb and flows, and like whether it's construction or investing or any kind of, you know, being a business owner, like you're gonna have those ups and downs, and you gotta weather those storms. You gotta go through those seasons and be prepared for it in some capacity. Like,
I was very happy with, you know, I hated it at the time. It was the worst shit ever. But COVID taught me how to be very, very, very good of an operator and understand cash flow at a super high level. Like, dude, I mean,
well, it forced us all to do that.
Oh my God, dude. I mean,
nobody had a choice in COVID.
Oh my God.
It was sink or swim.
Dude, I was getting fucking murdered. Oh my God. And like, it just made me get very creative. It made me understand how to be very disciplined and pay things at the right moments and do that. And I still do that to this day whenever we do a lot of, you know, we add some overhead to shit or whatever it is. But when like for instance, like we might have an allocation on, I don't know, let's just say a brick job, and it comes in $7,000 light. People are like, we made $7,000. I'm like, no. I'm taking that $7,000 and paying it on overhead. Marketing, down. This down, credit card down. Like, don't take the $7,000 and go do stupid shit with it. Pay down your fucking debt. Like whatever debt your monthly debt is, pay that down. Like if it's coaching for that month, off the credit card. Off the credit card. Like you can't be stupid with money in construction, because when you get into rob the Peter to pay Paul shit, you're in big fucking trouble, because like they're both gonna be looking at each other with no money at some point. You know, and that's where all contractors just fuck it up big time.
Yeah.
But again, I think, you know, it's social media is a fucked up thing, because for both of us, it's like, oh, they're just killing it. Yeah, but it took us a long time. And it also, like, we fucking survived a lot of problems. We pivoted a lot of problems. There was probably more bad times than good times, you know? And again, like, for me, it's like, the stress of it's what we wanted. So like, let me figure it out. Cool. I'm not going to complain anymore. Yeah. But yeah, it was consistency. It was this, it was that. That's the secrets. Like there's no secret other than finding something you love to do and staying with it. Yeah. That's all I can tell people, man. You know, and I'm sure, again, like there's no real value. And you have a coach, and I've seen you guys got a cool relationship. It's kind of funny. You guys got that commonality in cigars and stuff. Like I followed his content for a while, and he's got the same background as me.
Nate's a solid dude, man. Yeah, I've had a few coaches. He's one of the most humble, like down to earth dudes I've had.
So how has that transitioned a little bit? Like how you've has it changed? What has changed most about it? Was it your mindset towards investing, or was it just really the operating and the systems and processes towards investing?
Is a little bit of both, but I'd have to lean probably a little bit more heavy on the mindset thing, because like. I mean, I don't know how much you know about Nate, but I mean, he grew up kind of the same way we did, you know, grew up poor, hustling drugs, doing whatever, like to figure it out. And like when I met him for real and like got to actually have some one-on-one time with him, I was like, man, this dude is like just like
normal dude.
Yeah. So like there was a long time when I first got it started, just in business in general, was like, I don't deserve this shit.
Oh yeah.
You know,
there's
like
always that. Me too. I had that same problem.
I grew up broke, like kind of a piece of shit, I guess, in a sense. Like, I didn't ever expect to be successful. And like as success started coming my way, I'm like, this isn't. Yeah.
When's the bottom going to fall out?
Yeah. Like I was exactly like I was always waiting for another big problem. Like who's about to rob me or something? You know what I mean?
Like went through the same shit.
Where how do I deserve this? But like meeting up with Nate and becoming close friends with him was just like it gave me that sense of like if he can do it, and like I'm seeing it in real life, I've seen the life that he's built for him and his family coming from where he did, like I deserve it just like everybody else.
100%.
I've put in the work.
100%.
You know, but but having that mindset shift of like, I do deserve this. I have earned it throughout all the trials and tribulations. Like that was probably the biggest thing.
It becomes a big problem because again, when people come with like the past traumas of some of the shit that we've gone through and some other stuff, you're always looking for and saying, man, this is like short-term success. Like, is this sustainable?
Yeah. Well, it was always quick money when we were young.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're always waiting for the bottom fell out. Oh, fuck, I'm back to shit again. Like, nah, it really doesn't have to be that way. You know what I mean? Like, it can be consistent. Yeah. You know, but you got to put put different pieces in place, though. Like, this isn't a hustle. This is a legacy.
It is a hustle in a way. I like to say same hustle, different product.
I like it.
You know, because that's really what it is. Like you have to have that hustle mentality, that drive to want to be successful in order to be successful. But you can transition it from doing the not so great things to taking that same mentality and drive and turning it into something, like you said, you can build a legacy that way.
Definitely can.
You ain't building a legacy selling Coke. I promise you that.
No, you're not building a legacy doing anything in the streets. I'm going to tell you that. It all leads to the same fucking places, the same stories and the same bullshit. You know, again, for people that really are stuck in a position of in your business, we're all stuck. You know, and it's all different levels. So like I was talking to a couple guys recently, they're stuck at the 2 million point. Like that's a tough spot in remodeling, dude. Like I was stuck at 2 million in interior remodeling. Like I got stuck at 7 million in new construction for a couple years. I got stuck at, you know, we're not stuck. We're just like, you know, you got to figure out how to get through those ceilings and through those hurdles.
It's another glass ceiling.
It's another glass ceiling. And again, it's just going back and dissecting and analyzing and looking and being strategic and playing the game. Like, guys, we're not employees. We're supposed to be the leaders of the train. You know, we're the conductor, we're the captain now. So like it all starts with us, and it's vision, it's alignment, it's all these things that people think don't matter. They fucking matter. And it's consistency. Stop jumping around. Find what you love. Stick with it. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it to the best you can do it.
Make that decision of this is what I want to do and this is why.
It doesn't mean you can't switch shit up a little bit.
No,
it just means go get educated over here. Go do some real game. Go learn some real experiences. Then you can make a decision like, I don't know if I really like that now.
But I feel like another point, and we've touched on this, but like really drive it home is like, you have to taste this shit.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, like don't just get a little nibble and be like, that ain't for me. Like taste it, like ingest it, swallow it. Like, is this real? Is this what I want? Or is it not? And if it's not, then pivot. Yeah. But don't get one little bitter taste and be like, that ain't for me.
Me and Alex were talking a couple weeks ago, and he's like, bro, I remember all the years you were fucking broke as fuck, eating shit. And he was like, dude, you just kept telling me, like, if you just give me time, I figured it out. I figured it out, dude. He was like, I figured it out. Just give me time. And I was like, that's what I was like, once we went through that shit in COVID, I remember I was like, bro, I figured it out. I fucking figured it out. And then, again, it was just like aligning the pieces, which didn't come the next day. It came a year later, but I figured it out, you know, and I knew it could be profitable, and I knew it was something I enjoyed. And I'm like, dude, I've ate shit for this. Hard, man. Yeah. You know, like there was nothing easy about this. And I think construction and what we do and this is the service business 101. I mean, it is up close and personal. It is high dollar, it is high emotion, it is high energy, not always in the right direction, and it's very difficult. You know, you're catching people at their highs and their lows. Like, this is not an easy business. You know, I don't care what anybody says. Like, being a realtor, everyone thinks it's fucking easy. No, it's not.
All you do is open a door.
It's not. It sucks. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it.
I couldn't do it.
Because I said the same shit. I was like, oh, just go. I got all these relationships. I'll just go make a quick, easy $100,000. And I was like, I hate everything about this. Yeah. Fuck this. You keep this.
Yeah, I see the stuff that she goes
I pluck shit off the MLS for myself every now and again, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, for you, that's cool. Yeah. Like, and I would consider it for the same thing. I would not want to like do retail. I see the people that she deals with and the headaches. I'm like, I don't have the patience for it. I would tell someone to fuck off.
There's nothing easy in this game. There's not. And I'm not saying there's nothing easy in the other games. It's just like, I'm speaking from what I know. Yeah. And I'm like, you know, they make all this money. Yeah, they work real fucking hard for it. They work real fucking hard for it. And it's a humongous pain in the ass. Yeah. And even like, you know, the older agents and all, they've all had to level up the same way we've had to level up, who've been in the game for a minute. We've all had to change our tactics, change our ways, change the way we think, change this, change that. The consumer basis has changed. That's the fucking reality of it. That's what keeps it fun. Is like, wow, every day we got to do something different. We got to figure out something new. And it's also stressful. Yep. This is the way it goes, man. Yep. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. I think we covered a lot. Anything else you want to speak upon before we're done?
No, I think we pretty much.
I think we talked about a lot. I mean, again, I think we wanted to really drive home that this thing is like, guys, there's no secret to this.
There's not. That's the thing. If you want to get started as an entrepreneur, I highly suggest it, but you have to want it. You have to want it really more than anything else, and you'll be successful at it. But there is no, like you said, the secret sauce is consistency year after year. And one day you'll look back and be like, oh, we did it.
We're here.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But you're not going to quit your W-2 tomorrow and then next week.
My head was down for 5 years. I didn't realize what we were going on. I was getting hit by every hailstorm.
Yep. Nah. Be ready for that. And if you can bear those storms,
you will come out the other side a better person. Yep. There's no doubt. I tell everybody, enjoy the ride. Regardless of whatever you do, enjoy what you're doing. Life is too fucking short to hate what you're doing. If you hate it, I suggest you quit now. Go find something else, because there's a lot of opportunity out there. Yeah. You know. But I hope everyone gets value from this. And again, where can they reach you at, find you at? I know you got a good platform.
Facebook, Mike Sante, Instagram, Mike Sante, or Flipping 412.
Love it, man. Thanks for coming on, dude.
Absolutely appreciate it.
Yep.